Heyo, it's Omnidog. My mask is already packed away. So I found the menu for the No Way Home pumpkin spice bomb shake. I think I might have had that actually.
That Green Goblin loaded pizza? Is that what that's in there?
Yeah, this was at the Alamo back in January. I think we forgot this movie came out this year.
That sounds good. That Green Goblin pizza.
Okay, your boy is exhausted, but Tasty Melon was first, like within seconds of my putting this up, because I totally forgot to put it up, that I was running the show. Rising Phoenix, Jesse Staywood, NFL Dude, Axe Buddy. Thanks, Sazmurph. I had nothing to do with it. How are you, True Graphic Novel? How was your Christmas, Lou?
It was good. Yeah, it was great, man. You know, we had the family over, we had extended family over and stuff like that. But overall we had a great time. I got workout clothes, which is really what I needed the most.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah, it was really good. It was my daughter was traumatized, of course, because it's the last Christmas in this house. The Bat Cave's all packed up. So that's why I'm out here with the spider mask, menu mask. And yeah, we make it last forever. Even stocking stuffers get opened one at a time.
So it's kind of an all-day thing.
Yeah, it ended at 10 p.m. this time. It includes like a requisite 2-hour nap that everybody rests in the middle of the day. That's right. It is that time again. It's the OMNIS evening, Colin. There's Larry's Library. Geographic Novel got volumes 1 through 4 of Ice Cream Man. Nice. Chris Nort, Mary, Omni Dudes. Uh-oh. This is going to be a tough one. Rodimus challenging me as the leading Hispanic in the comic community to pronounce Español. Buenas noches, de que vivan los Omni hermanos y que el año nuevo los llene de bendiciones y cosas buenas.
You've been practicing.
That
was clear.
Really? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no, you nailed that one. That was probably the best one yet.
Wow, right on. Thanks, Rodimus.
Yeah, I am impressed.
Thank you. Well, I think he's saying good evening to the Omnibros. Happy New Year and blessings on your new house.
Blessings and good tidings, basically, to you guys in the new year. That's the sum of it. You got the gist of it.
Oh, well, Rodimus said I nailed the pronunciation, which is what he's going for. Oh, he hit the N with finesse, the N with the tilde over it.
There you go.
Yes, right on, Rodimus. Thank you, buddy. Wait, what? I forget what. Oh, the año. Right. Año. Año nuevo. Right on. Thanks, Rodimus.
I'm genuinely impressed.
That's awesome. Right. So this is the okay. Wait, we have banners for everything. We're going to be going over Best Publisher.
Yes.
Best Artist. Best Writer.
Yes.
Best One Shot. Best Miniseries.
Right.
Best Ongoing Series. Wait, where's Best Collected Edition? Isn't that one?
That is one. Yeah. Do we not have one?
No. Wait, Best Ongoing Series, Surprise of the Year. Oh, Best Collected Edition comes after the Golden Abrams Award.
Oh my
God. Yeah, okay, so, and of course, notice the cool background. Because I think Gio created it. He's so good at that. So we are waiting for Gabe. I mean, I guess we could give us a fast review of that jukebox in the back. Plays 45s. A lot of them are my 45s. It's being sold in the estate sale because there's no room for this with a pinball machine in the new house. And above it is a signed photo of Adam West, the first appearance of Batgirl, the second appearance of Batgirl, and then Batgirl. And it plays 45s and can get really loud. So there you go, Rodimus. Oh, there's YP. What up, dude? I think YP has been communicating with me on my Gmail account. Have I been giving you good advice, YP? Oh, a Boxing Day haul. I got Last God, good. Book 1 of the Fellspire Chronicles. Yes, it's awesome. Huge fantasy fan, and this seemed right up my alley. Have you read that, Lou?
No, I haven't. The Fellspire Chronicles by Philip Kennedy. No.
It has gorgeous art, and it was released in a standard size hardcover. That thing is screaming for an absolute. The art, well, the story's fantastic. The lore that he puts into it, he created his own music. The guy's a musician in the military, maybe the Navy.
Oh, I've heard of this. Yes.
Created his own music, and the interstitials are part of the lore. So the more you read of the interstitial stories, the more, I'm sorry, not the more deeper, the deeper you get into the fantasy. And I forget who does the artwork. It's somebody famous, and I'm just blanking, but I'm sure Omni Maddie's fault too.
What is the best omnibus ever? Thank you kindly.
Omni Maddie's fault.
I mean, it's a joke comment, but
what's the best omnibus ever?
I think there's a strong contender in the Walter Simonson Thor omnibus.
Okay.
I think there's something strong there. The color was great. They recolored that, and it was beautifully done.
All my books are packed up, and I need visuals. Omnibus.
Clone Saga?
Oh, we have a surprise visitor.
I'm here to tell you that the best omnibus is the Jeff Johns Aquaman omnibus from DC Comics. That's it.
You can't leave now. Oh, you son of a bitch.
I'm here. I'm
back here and run this show.
Is this going to be like the Oscars where we have special guest presenters?
I'm only here. I wasn't supposed to be on, but I have some digital codes, and I was wondering if the chat wanted them.
Oh,
that's why I'm here.
Sure. Oh,
does the chat want codes? Let me know.
This is a good one. All new Wolverine. Don't at me. I love that it's don't at me. Even I do that now. I'm hip. I'm young. I'm aware.
Will Tyler Blunt be presenting the Golden Omni? Is that where we're going?
Maybe.
Tyler Blunt. Because I don't have a better answer, I agree with Max. All new Wolverine. I loved everything about it. It made me really have a manly crush on Tom Taylor. Here, okay. This is a good one.
Oz, that's not bad.
The artwork's fine, but the story is fantastic. It gives us Honey Badger, who is awesome, and I mean, you could end it there, but the story really fleshes out Laura, and yeah, I'm there with you, Max. But that Thor book is a strong contender, and Omnimad's fault. Ask some more questions.
Awesome.
I want to keep highlighting.
I love that name.
That's a great name. Yeah. All right, Gio, what do you got, man?
I got a digital code for Spider-Man No Way Home, if anybody wants it. I'm going to flash it on the screen for a minute. And first come, first serve.
If you take it, make sure you tell us.
Yeah, don't be a douche canoosh. Let us know.
Ooh, salt, Gio.
Here it is.
You
is it
need to hold
focusing?
a little closer.
You gotta
Wait,
A
hide
little
them.
closer.
let me take us off.
Oh,
Nope.
there we go. And there we go. Got it. All right. That's the code. That's the code right there. Somebody can grab that before the end of the show. Let us know. That's it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, here's another strong. Okay. Chris thinks it's Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1. Rodimus. Gotham Central. That is a strong choice. Brubaker and Rucka.
That's a very good one.
Santa leaves out cookies for Omnidog on Christmas Eve. Thank you, Natural Bridge. That's a great one. But Sasmurf chooses Hulk by Peter David, Volume 2. And Lionheart's chiming in the last Ronin hardcover is the best read of 2022. Nice. Good choices.
I got a second code. Last one, if that's all right with all
Dude,
of you.
you hopping out after this?
Yes, I am. I'm doing something else. I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to be on tonight.
No, you're not.
Yeah, no. I have some family stuff I'm doing, but
No, you're not. No, blow off your family for an hour. What the hell are you talking about?
No, I can't.
Responsible Geo is the worst Geo.
Sorry.
All right.
Here is the second code. This one, what the hell is this for? Sonic. I got the Sonic movie. Even though I said it's a horrible adaptation, I found it on Black Friday for like $8. So I got it for, I don't know, because I hate myself. But here's Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It's 4K, Blu-ray, whatever. Here's the code. ParamountMovies.com, and you redeem the code. So if you get it, let me know or let us know in the comments.
Whoop. What the hell? Get back on there. That was hilarious.
Thanks, Gio.
Yeah.
Hulk by Peter David, Volume 2, Best Hulk Omnibus. Larry says, Daredevil by Frank Miller. Solid choice.
It's a good choice.
I did not pre-order this, but I will buy it when it comes out. Rodimus says, thanks, Gio.
Did you get it, Rodimus?
Which one did you get, Rod?
That's awesome.
Demus. Gotta add that for 2022, Venom by Cates is so good. First Omni I almost finished in 2 days.
Nice.
That's a good recommendation or something.
You remember when we had the was it the Rye commendations? Something like that?
Recommendations, yeah.
Yeah, but Riley's not on here anymore, so now we got to do something else.
And he's only reading manga.
Yeah, he's only on Thursdays,
So yeah, I don't even know that he's reading Western style. Oh, he didn't. But thanks for giving those out to the community.
Yeah. Somebody else will grab them in the replay.
I'm streaming from the old vault. The Batcave is all packed up next, Imagine, and so everything that you see behind me is for sale. Well, not the art, but everything else is for sale, including the old TV over there, the tube TV with something in front of it that I found on the side of the road.
Wow.
I know. I shouldn't sell that, but I don't think there's room for it in the place.
You shouldn't have. Yeah.
I haven't sold it yet.
Keep it. Or keep it in a storage unit or something. I don't know.
That is a retro gamer.
Because it's that looks pretty rare.
It's a tube TV, so I'd have to get it. I mean, a big tube is broken in it. That's why they were throwing it out. This was like 1995 that I was running by the house and I saw that and one of those old. You guys are too young to remember this. There was these old console units that had a TV in them and speakers and a record player on top. And they were all one thing. We had one when I was growing up, and that was by the side of the road too.
Wow.
I ran back home, got my car, came back. It was out for trash day. unscrewed the legs on that Boss old TV, came back for the console. It had been picked up.
Oh, damn.
So I don't know where I would have put it anyway, but yeah. Next, imagine a short answer: old place, back cave, packed up. Nobody cares. Blah blah blah. Thank you for the question.
Did you sell the pinball table machine?
It's over there. I just had Pinball Paul completely redo it. Everything is completely fixed in it now.
Nice.
It's the centerpiece of the estate sale. That's what's going to draw the people in.
That's awesome.
The estate
If
sale.
I were around the area, I would buy the machine and I would get it for myself.
If you lived here, I would give it to you.
Aw. I know I would give you something back because it's too expensive, but
Okay, I would take a case of Cameo cookies, but you couldn't get them if you lived here.
yeah, I need to. Damn it, I forgot to send you the box.
Don't worry about it. I don't know.
I'll work it out with your new address next year.
Okay. Okay, wait. Best manga is Hellsing Volumes 1 through 3, says Mr. Tex. Peace and love.
We are going to talk about the best manga of 2022 tomorrow.
Tasty
Oh,
Melon
right.
says it's Rooster Fighter.
I'm not going to say anything, but Rooster Fighter's pretty awesome. Tasty Melon, I agree.
Yeah,
Okay,
why is there no
cookies,
Cameo cookies? That's crazy. I don't know.
It's a regional thing, similar to like something you might find in Texas. You won't find it in here.
Pours out an invisible 40 ounce of root beer for the old vault. Thank you, buddy. Solicon, this was such an awesome year for Omnis. Can't believe we got Catwoman by Brubaker. Darwin Cook was such a treasure. And we got the book that he did of that detective guy.
Parker Martini something.
I don't have it in me.
It's such a beautiful collection.
Oh, yeah.
Both of them. Oh, my God.
Oh, and Silicon says, but by far the biggest surprise was Miracle Man. I'm even doing a giveaway for it right now. How did we even get that?
That's great. That's a good choice. Miracle Man was fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Giveaway for it right now. All right, everybody.
Nice. Mexican Coke reappeared at Costco near me last week. I also found root beer and vanilla float at Walmart today.
Yeah, we are feeling a Costco trip coming pretty soon in our future. So.
Is that going to include the chicken bake?
Yes, it is. My wife just said yes, it is.
Oh, nice.
They have lemon bars right now.
Ice cream. Okay.
They have lemon bars right now, and that's like the number one thing she wants to do.
Wait, what? They've got what?
Lemon bars.
In the pastry section?
Baby?
I'm not sure.
She's
Every warehouse is different. Like they put it in different areas.
Yeah, she says I don't know if you heard her. She says every warehouse is different. They put it in the different area, but apparently they're delicious. The lemon bars.
And it depends on state.
Oh,
It depends on the state.
sounds good.
Look at that.
It's chicken bake.
Wait, okay. Let me take us off.
Brought to you by
I
Costco.
muted you for some reason. Okay. See, life is a lot easier when you're here running the show, Gio.
You know, it is almost that time of the year too, where it's almost Girl Scout cookie season.
Uh-oh.
Hell yeah.
Who's next? Addiction.
Oh, it was terrible last year. I don't.
What were your favorites from last year?
Jesus, I forgot. We went hard in the paint for Girl Scout cookies last year, though. It was pretty bad.
You were flipping your daughter 20s like repeatedly.
She was a pusher.
Yeah.
In that case.
You had a pusher living in the house with you. Uh-oh. This doesn't sound good. My wife tried to buy us some Mexican wedding cookies, and instead we got these visually similar things that taste like, black licorice. WTF.
That is terrible. If you get a chance.
That sounds like a bad prank.
Mexican candy is delicious. It's covered in tahini, a lot of it, but it is so good.
I will admit, I kind of like black licorice.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Okay. They're no Inhumans omnibus for you.
Oh. Oh wait, I was gonna change my name for the show. Wait a minute.
Okay, while you're doing that, here's my buddy Super Laugh Hard. Hope you all had a good Crimbo. I did, whatever that is. Just will you do a tour video of your new space? Yes, I have a goodbye video already filmed for the whole space, and then I will have a hello video for the new space. Good question, Lionheart.
I'm not gonna change the name. Sorry. Somebody will then be mad, and it's gonna stir up some controversy. No. You guys know what I'm talking about. The chat doesn't know, but I looked up again the definition for it just in case, and I'm like, I don't want people to get upset with.
Forget. Can you send in the private chat what you're talking about? I don't remember that.
The exceptionalism.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember that.
I was gonna do it, but then I realized no, because then somebody would get mad. They would accuse us of stuff. I'm like,
yeah.
we don't need that.
That was my highlight of the year. That was one of my favorite moments this year.
And it didn't even happen on this channel.
No, it didn't.
The thing is,
you guys felt the blowback, though.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. And the thing is, the person that was accused of this is generally one of the sweetest and most tolerant people that we know. And for them to be accused of this was just the dumbest shit.
Well, thank you for including me in that. Wait. Okay, yeah. Joker Harley Criminal Insanity. Fantastic read. Totally agree, Mr. Tex. Obligatory chicken bacon hot dog combo.
Nice.
Let's see. And man, I'm going back to Costco. I think the chat really likes to talk about Costco.
I mean, you guys might do a spinoff on groceries and buying stuff and Costco, because that was a hit a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I told you we need to do a ranking show of Costco, Publix, and all that stuff.
I think the chat is super up for it.
I genuinely think it would. I think it would be not as bad as the Pop-Tart episode, but I think it might
How
be.
dare you? How dare you say that?
You know, they talk
Mad
shit about
Libs was
Pop-Tart.
way worse than the Pop-Tart episode.
They talk shit about it in the chat, but they still talk about it, so we must have had an effect on them.
Mad Libs was Riley and I being two blind guys totally in the dark, groping for a topic.
Mm.
I did the thumbnail for that.
Christmas gift this year.
Let me find the thumbnail for that.
Christmas gift this year.
So
your workout suit, Lou?
No, I mean, as corny as it sounds, because we didn't do much this year. It's probably my daughter, honestly, as kind of cheesy as it sounds. But
the little baby daughter that was just born?
Yeah, she's probably the best Christmas gift I got this year.
Are you ready to tell the chat that her name is Baby Jessica?
No, her name is not Baby Jessica.
Rat bastard! Nobody's naming their kids after me. What the hell?
Sorry, pal. Maybe the next one, if we have another one.
Oh, you're having another one, and it's going to be Jessica.
It might happen. My wife might be up for that, actually.
If I get really good at the mouth harp, that's even been packed away, so I don't even have it.
Oh, damn.
Get the app for the mouth harp.
There's an app?
Yeah, I used it once when you were away for a couple of weeks. I played it through my phone. I don't have it here right now, but you can download it on iPhone.
I don't think I do that.
That was not the same.
No. It was a pale imitation.
Costco membership, you make it up in like the first tank of gas now if you have a gas station. Costco's gas is like 50 cents less than any place else. It's crazy. Let's see. What was my...
Look at this. I want to say, this was me just bored and wanting to do a quick thumbnail. So I went for the dumbest option available, and that's what happened. This is the famous thumbnail for the Mad Lib.
So for those of you that are listening to this after and are listening to it as a podcast, Gio has superimposed Omnidog's face into Batman's body. and Riley's face into Captain America's body.
with sunglasses.
With sunglasses, with like the Falcon sunglasses.
Yep.
Beautiful. This is art.
Thank you.
And I got Star Wars Mad Libs for Christmas, and I suggested Riley and I do it for another show, and I didn't get very much support for it. It's a little disappointing.
I still want to do a gaming stream on here at some point, not on a Monday or a Wednesday, something else like a Friday, because I think the chat would really love us fighting over whether it be Mario Kart or Mario Party or whatever.
Well, I got Mario Party for Christmas.
I need to get the Mario Party game. I promise you I will get it next year. Early next year I will get it.
Same.
Okay, I think I agree that we should do that like on a Friday night. Stream us playing Mario Party. That would be a blast.
Yeah, that's something I would like that.
Let's see if I can find the other thumbnail that I want to show.
Max, I kept hearing about the Mad Libs episode, so I went back and checked it out. 1 out of 10. Would not recommend. Made me aggressively bored. Seems to be the general opinion of it.
I mean, the audience has to know we were the trendsetters. We started this show 2016, and I want to keep myself humble, but I will admit, without us, the landscape of the YouTube comic book community would be very different in 2022. And it's very hard to maintain a podcast after so many years and coming up with new ideas week after week. So,
here's a good one. Riley needs to break out that Raspberry Pi and fight that table again. That was another great episode.
So I'm looking at the comments right now.
Which one?
Mad Libs episode. Kenneth Crowley, God bless you, man. He's at the top, and it says, "Great show as always, guys. Love you, buddy."
You went. Okay, I see you went back. This is true. Wawa food is great. Cheap gas as well. You get to make your own sandwich on their homemade bread. They have awesome milkshakes. It's a gas station, not a gas station casino, but a gas station that has fabulous sandwiches and milkshakes.
Here is another fantastic. There we go. That was not me, by the way.
I have a feeling that's somebody that's joining us soon.
Yes. I want to show you the Pop-Tarts thumbnail that I made back in, this was, let's see, 4 years ago.
Jesus. Have we been doing this that long?
Look at that.
You were on the Pop-Tarts episode, Lou. I thought it was just me and Riley.
No, I was on the Pop-Tarts episode. Yeah.
I want a Pop-Tart now.
Yes.
I was with my ex at the time. Yeah, I was with my ex at the time.
Oh, okay.
This show has lasted longer than my last relationship. It's just crazy.
You're in it now, though, dude.
Oh, I'm loving it.
Yeah. We have, here in NC, we don't have Wawa. We have Sheets. Sheets is also good. We have both Wawa and Sheets, and they're in a major battle to create the perfect sandwich, the best soup, and the best milkshake. And I am the big winner.
I said it on our chat. I think those are the fakest names for stores that I've ever heard. But I believe you that they exist. Wawa, Sheets, like what's happening here? That they run out of ideas?
Yeah, I don't know where they got Wawa. But Super Laugh Hard, his fave reads various Batman, Cromwell Stone, which he sent to me, All New Wolverine, The Flintstones, and Judge Dredd.
Good choices. Very good choices, man.
Controversial opinion, brown sugar and cinnamon are the best.
Pop-Tarts?
I feel like that was, I wonder, okay, where's James? James, where are you? Because I was going to ask you to, well, no, it's not a search, but like, what were I feel like brown sugar and cinnamon was one of the very first Pop-Tarts.
Well,
I guess Gio's the fastest Googler. Can you
wait, sorry, I wasn't listening. What are we looking for? I was reading something.
Gio's like, I'm not even supposed to be on this show.
Anyway, I think it's fine.
What am I
What were
searching
the
for?
very first Pop-Tarts created? because I feel
First
like
Pop-Tart
brown
flavor.
sugar and cinnamon was like one of
The
very
first Pop-Tarts came in 4 flavors: strawberry, blueberry, brown sugar cinnamon, and apple. Apple? No, that's
apple.
not.
Okay. What year do you remember? Does it say? 64?
1964.
Wow.
I know my
Unfrosted.
Pop-Tarts.
It was
No.
originally unfrosted when first introduced in 1964. It was later determined that frosting could withstand the toaster, and the first frosted Pop-Tarts were released in 1967.
And
Wow.
I will put frosting on a Pop-Tart up against the iPhone as the greatest inventions ever.
That's up there.
They're pretty wild.
And air conditioning.
Now, if we're talking instant oatmeal,
Oh,
brown
apple currant. Sorry, that was a flavor.
Oh, yeah, it had raisins in it.
That's pretty gnarly.
It was awful.
What about instant oatmeal? Brown sugar is the go-to for me.
Where'd he go?
I think we lost him for a second. Like, if I have to choose, I always go for brown sugar because I think it's a solid choice. And I do 2 packs. I can't do just one.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I like instant oatmeal. Frosted strawberry for Raphael. We're going to turn this into a Pop-Tarts episode. Just wait.
It's sliding into it slowly.
Anything with raisins. Am I right, Rodimus? Yeah. Best collection are those Selma gifts. What are you talking about? There's one chain called Come and Go. I'm not lying.
Wow.
I hope we make it through the censors for that one. You guys have been responsible for thousands of dollars spent on comics, both through here and the old group. Okay, except Raisinets. Yeah, Raisinets are good.
Ugh.
Wildberry Pop. Okay, Pop-Tart episode happening right now. Wildberry are good Pop-Tarts as well. When Pop-Tarts arrived in the UK, many folk burned their mouths and it made the news.
You know why I have trust issues? Because I have been fooled into eating chocolate chip cookies, but it turns out they're raisin cookies.
Oh,
That's why I have trust issues.
That is traumatic. Was that a childhood thing or a grown-up thing?
It was a childhood thing. It's terrible.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't see how you here's Gabe.
Yo,
What up?
how's it going?
Well, we're doing an impromptu Pop-Tarts episode before we get to the Omnis. Brown sugar and cinnamon with butter on top.
What the hell?
That's too much work for a Pop-Tart. Just put it in the toaster. Is the most
No,
you
I
ever
think
need to
he
do.
said he's toasting it and then buttering it, which sounds really good.
That's too much work. That's like a prison ramen where you put like eggs in it and all kinds of other contraptions and stuff like that. And you cook it in the toilet.
It's way too much.
Here in Puerto Rico, it's hard to find the brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts as well. We don't have Diet Dr. Pepper. Lionheart says, "What's up, Gabe?"
Lionheart, what's up, brother? Best, or at least my favorite Pop-Tart is it double fudge? I think it's a double fudge one.
Oh, with chocolate frosting with a chocolate Pop-Tart.
It's all chocolate. Like the crust is
Yeah.
chocolate. There's a chocolate skin mark on the top. Inside's all chocolate or fudge. Yeah.
I've been to Buc-ee's when I visited Riley in Texas.
We don't have those weird restaurant or gas station bodega thingies like you guys have. Like we don't have
Like Wawas and
Buc-ee's. We don't
Sheetz?
have Wawas. We don't have Sheets. We don't have a Piggly Wiggly.
Well, I was surprised when you came down here how tough it was when you went back to get a Cuban sandwich in Vegas. I'm like, really?
Yeah, I still haven't found one as good as that place she took me. Junior's was the stoner place.
Yeah, it was the burger place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was the burger hot dog place that I never
it's
got.
the burger hot dog place, but it's stoner food. It's burger hot dogs and potato chips and other random stuff you put in it. It's weird.
All put together, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It was really good.
That sounds good. Family Guy's song, "Did You Ever Put Butter on a Pop-Tart?" is the best. YouTube search that. Okay, I will.
Dude, I haven't watched Family Guy since probably like 2007.
Same.
But I did love it when I watched it.
Same.
Oh, I loved it when it first came out, and then it got canceled, or like
Yeah.
and then there was like because it was controversial at the time. I remember they canceled it, and then brought it back a couple years later.
And then canceled it again and brought it back because of the.
Did it happen again? It's so funny. And
Yeah,
yet South Park has never had any issues like that. South Park's king. South Park is king.
Krispy Kreme donuts. Yes, we have those here. They are
Only when the light's on. When that light's on,
Oh,
I make
yeah.
an immediate right-hand turn through
The hot
traffic.
yeah,
That hot light, man.
yeah, the hot light. That's on their app if the light's on or not.
And it's
So-
dangerous.
I went to Krispy Kreme once, and it was like you order your order of donuts, and then while you're waiting for 30 seconds, you go, "Hey, do you want a donut while you're waiting?" I'm like, "Okay, yeah." So I just order one donut at a time and get two.
A serious question from Raphael. Not released this year, but I finally read Kill or Be Killed. Now I need more Brubaker and Phillips in my life. What do you recommend as a next reading? There's a list of 10.
What have you read of Brubaker and Phillips?
Sorry?
I was going to ask him. I want to know what he's read, so we don't recommend stuff that he.
It sounds like that's the first thing he's read by them.
I was
Oh,
gonna
okay.
say, I think the assumption here is that he's only read this.
Yeah.
And
More. Okay.
I would go. So it flips back and forth for me. I would say the Fade Out.
Ooh, such a good book.
It would go between the Fade Out or Fatale because Fatale is a great horror story.
Yeah.
But if you are a sucker for classic Hollywood, Fade Out is brilliant.
Fade Out is great. I would recommend Criminal because you're going to spend the most money on that 3 volumes. And I want you to spend your money.
Not just that, but there's spin-offs of Criminal and stuff too.
Yeah.
Like all those little tiny small hardcover things and stuff like that. Those are spin-offs. Jess, you stole one of my picks. I was gonna recommend Criminal also because that's just one of the best
I didn't
crime
steal it.
comics.
We're
in
sharing
series.
it.
Oh, there you go. We're
Velvet
sharing it.
is Brubaker and Steve Epting, but I will also accept that as a great, goody, time for my pain treatment.
Live on the show, everybody.
Let's see. Oh, Derek's checking in. Hey, Derek.
Oh, but I'll say Criminal and then oh, dang it. What was the name of it? Just came out.
Reckless?
No, the cowboy one.
Oh,
Pulp. Yeah.
Pulp was great.
I don't know that you can go wrong, Raphael, with anything. You could just cover your eyes and poke at the section, and whatever book by those guys, it's almost it is guaranteed that you'll love it. I really don't know that those guys have ever missed on anything.
They're the best team in comics, almost period. It feels like.
I would not even argue with that.
It's so consistent. It's almost boring at this point. Huh?
It's so good. It's one of those things where it's so good that you just expect it, and then it's not as good, but it's still good. Like,
I think
even Cleveland Brown mentioned it just now. The reprint for Sleeper, the Sleeper Omnibus came out, and that's a really great Wildstorm DC series. That Omni was out of print forever, but that's such a good, great story. Phillips is different, I think, in there. I don't think he's doing the inkwashy style like he kind of does now.
I think it's early Phillips, right?
What's that? Yeah, it's early
Phillips. It's like their first team up.
I think that's their first collaboration, and it was great. It's such a fun series. It's been a while since I read it. I got to really get back into it. But
I just read it earlier this year, and I loved it. Or I read it at the end of last year. I'll have to look at my Goodreads.
But recently, probably more recent than I have.
That has one of those endings that towards when you finish it, I was like, "Yay!" I guess it not in a bad way. It's an amazing ending, but mixed feelings on that one.
Yeah, I can't look at my Brubaker shelf, but I also know that I liked Incognito a lot and Scene of the Crime.
Incognito was great.
Even like I was saying, even those little criminal books, like All My Heroes Are Junkies.
Yeah,
good.
What was the other one? The one that just came out that was like the black cover?
Bad Day at the Con or something. Bad.
I don't think I have it in this room.
It's about that artist at the Comic-Con.
Yeah, but either way, like if there was some way to like randomly purchase something on like IST or something like that, and you could just set it for Brubaker and Phillips and it just gave you a random book, you'd be happy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no missing.
My favorite story ever. Ooh, Cruel Summer. Right.
That was a good one.
Right. That's in the Criminal Universe. That's
Yes.
like a real spinoff. Those other ones are contained in the Criminal books. But my Heroes Have Always Been Junkies is my favorite Brubaker Phillips story ever.
So the general gist is you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
You literally cannot pick up a book, get started on a volume 1, and you're in for a good treat.
Right. There we go. Bad Weekend. That's what it was. Omnibros FOMO of the Year. Gabe and Lou for getting me to get Todd McFarlane IDW Artist Edition.
Might be talking about that later.
Oh.
But I'm glad he got it because that thing is. If
beautiful.
you're a '90s comic fan, if you're a Todd McFarlane fan, if you're an original art fan, if you're a books that are too big to fit on any shelf ever made fan, it checks off all those boxes.
While we have Geo here, let's go with. Am I supposed to do these in order, Geo?
Whatever you want. Whatever you want.
Wait, I've got
You're the boss.
my phone. I actually took this seriously for
Do
once.
we-
I think top to bottom that's in banners or brand. It's banners. I'm sorry, I was wrong in
Yeah,
the chat.
I've got it.
I think that's the appropriate. That'd be a
You
good
do
order.
this first.
Yeah, I guess right because
Okay.
I just placed the best one, which is best collected edition, last.
yeah.
But you can do whatever you want.
I think the chat's really waiting for the Golden Abrams, but
Damn it.
I bow to whatever Geo suggests.
Speaking of suggestions, did you talk about IST?
You mean our sponsor? No.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and do it as I run? As I do a banner. Okay, somebody else is doing the banner. Good, thank you.
Guys, most of the books that we're going to talk about tonight, or they're going to talk about, I'm going to bow out soon.
No, you're staying here.
We'll see about that. Most of the books that are coming out, you can get, or that came out, sorry. Let me do this a whole thing again. Hold on.
Take two.
Wait a minute. I'm off my game tonight. Wait a minute. Come on, give me 1 second. Live on the air.
Ooh, look at that beautiful background.
All of the books that came out that we're going to talk about tonight, you can get at our sponsor's website, darktrades.com, your home for all things collected editions. You can get your Omnis, trade paperbacks, hardcovers, manga, and so much more, up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts tack on an extra 2% to that. And if you make an order of $50 or more, you get free shipping. Fantastic customer service and wonderful packaging at InStockTrades.com, the official sponsor of Omnibros here on the Omnibus Collectors Network. Shout out to IST.
Nice work. You can
The
tell
first ever Omnibus
sleeper.
YouTube channel to be sponsored by In Stock Trades.
Yeah, baby. Look at that. Even that dumb owl mask is still there. That's awesome.
in stock. That's the one Harley thing I haven't gotten, that Harley Mask edition.
Yeah. And look at that. Savage Dragon holding down strong. It's still there. The top seller, the fourth bestseller right now.
Oh, wow. Monstrous is first. Interesting.
Monstrous, Ascender. You can get the Omnibus at 38% off. If you have that loyalty discount, it'd be 40% off.
Right.
I've seen some images of that Absolute Swamp Thing. The coloring they did, very, very well done.
Yeah, it's not as terrible as the Alan Moore stuff.
Yeah,
I love
people
this
are
cover.
talking highly of it.
I still prefer just a regular art on it, but
Yeah.
they touched it up nice. It's not as egregious as the Alan Moore stuff, unfortunately, was.
God, that cover's badass.
Oh, wait. Captain Marvel by Kelly Lou DeConnick.
Yep.
Highlight that. That's what Lou's getting for Christmas. Late for me.
Get him that for Three Kings Day. 2 weeks.
Three
from now.
Kings Day. Well, that's the day that I normally go to the orphanage and burn all the toys. as Lou likes to.
Like all those videos that are going around these days now. I showed it to you guys in the chat too of the Grinch going to people's houses. Like instead of like Santa Claus, is someone dressed up as the Grinch breaking into their own house and stealing their gifts and beating up their kids. It's amazing.
I needed to send you guys something I saw on Facebook today where it's a kids' party in the basement and they all get surprised by Santa Claus, all the little kids. And he's walking in there, and all of a sudden the Grinch just bombs down the stairs. And the kids are terrorized and they hide under the piano while the adults are all laughing as the Grinch and Santa fight. And Santa chases the Grinch up the stairs. And all the kids are traumatized. Oh, wait, did you, Gio, you showed that one, right?
What?
The Grinch and the
Was it me?
Santa Claus. Was
I
that
showed
you,
you the fight at the Waffle House.
Oh, okay. I feel like I found it in the chat now that I think about it. Somebody must have sent it to me. I feel like it was in the chat. IST whore. Okay, say that in Spanish so I can pronounce it.
Oh,
IST.
okay. Those are some After Dark Spanish lessons. All right. Bought some Berserk Dark. Yeah, guys, if you're gonna buy Dark Horse manga that's deluxe editions, get them at IST because you're gonna get that comic book discount that other websites don't have, like the Bezos or Right Stuff and stuff like that. They're not gonna have the IST discount. So I get like Blade of the Immortal, Hellsing, Berserk, all that stuff at like $30 per volume. That's insane.
It's not bad, Gio.
Yep. Oh, there's the comment if you want to read it from Rodimus. Oh boy.
Una putita de oh wait. No, my alphabet's not good. No, I'm not getting mad at you. Putita de IST. ESA, but I don't remember. T.
So
Okay.
a little whore for IST.
He's in Puerto Rico too, right? So he's getting all these big packages like Geo does, right? Like it's all It has to be like a pallet and stuff that has to go out.
Actually, Collector, you're just in time. We're just getting ready to start.
Not our number one, but number one on the selling list on IST.
Yeah. No, yeah, not here. I mean, it's a great book, but that was just IST. Okay, so best publisher. The Omnis have started. Who's the best publisher, Lou?
I should have all been in like nightgowns or something.
I'm not wearing pants. Does that count?
It counts.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing pants either then. Whatever. No pants party right now.
Bottomless party. Let's go.
Yeah, we're all Donald Ducking it.
I think it's Winnie the Pooh. I think it's referred to as Winnie the Pooh, but yeah. Best publisher. I mean, for me, it this year goes to DC Comics.
Oh,
Yeah. Gabe and I went through most of our choices. Some of them might have changed. Some of them, I think, one or two things have changed for me. But we went over our choices on the Patreon show about 2 weeks ago. But yeah, DC Comics for me. They continue they continue to keep putting out some of the best stuff this year. Namely a lot of the Tom Taylor stuff. The Dark Knights of Steel, the Nightwing. They put out DC versus Vampires, which was just fucking fun. Honestly, it's such a great ride.
Yeah.
All their Elseworld stuff that they're kind of doing, the Sean Murphy stuff, the Batman One Bad Day one-shot series that they've been putting out, which has been great. And not only that, just moving the goalpost back for $100 a month, you get $100 a year. Excuse me. You get comics that are published just a month later, and they're continuously moving that goalpost and going closer and closer. Like Gabe and I have been talking about, where eventually this is going to be day and date. It's just a matter of when. So yeah, DC Comics for me is the best publisher this year.
I have signed up for that Ultra membership.
Mm-hmm.
It is so great. You are so right. It is unbelievably great, and they've really deepened not overnight, but they've really finally started putting up a ton of older stuff And you can actually access some Silver Age stuff now that you've been wanting to, or I've been wanting to.
Mhm.
They have really done a good job on that.
Yeah, they've everything that I think Marvel is lacking in their app. I think DC is just like, okay, we're gonna do that instead.
So would you say you're una putita for DC Comics?
Yes, yes, I am right now.
Okay.
How about you, Jess?
Checking on all the books that I loved the most on my Goodreads, a huge amount of them were from Image.
Okay.
Like a huge chunk were from Image, and so I just said Image. I mean, I can go over. Let's see, was this put out by Image? Goodreads, are you any good? What's happening here?
False promises with that name.
Bad reads. Wait a sec. Oh, Dark Horse. Who put out this one then? Lemire's. Frick. Lemire's with Dark Horse. Okay, Image. Because I don't want to give away some of the things that are coming up, but a lot of my favorite books were on Image. Ooh, that book's by DC. That was an amazing book. That's in my. I'm going to talk about it. Yeah. Okay. Image, and I'll tell you why later.
Okay.
I'm not going to bitch about standard size hardcovers, Larry, because I think at this point we're lucky DC's putting out anything at all.
Do we remember a few years ago when we didn't even know if they were going to put out anything for a while?
Well,
yeah.
I mean, it was that massive cancellation of almost every other book that would ever put out. Yeah.
So I know I'm going to end up buying Dark Knights of Steel books 1 and 2, and then there's going to be a deluxe. But and same with Human Target by Tom King. I'm okay with it. So it's better than nothing, which is what we thought we were getting.
Yeah, the format really doesn't matter a lot, I feel like. So, like, you know, if a book comes out and I wanted like an omnibus of it and it came out as like a standard hardcover, all right, well, I'll take the standard hardcover, right? Same kind of idea.
Whoa, this is breaking news. Man of Steel omnibus. Oh, being minced. That doesn't mean. Oh,
Being announced.
Announced.
Did it get announced?
Well, that's what the collector's saying.
Take a look. Let's see. That's a lie.
That's a lie.
Damn it.
Kurt,
Don't trick us.
who can
somebody ban him.
in timeout? Timeout.
You want me to time out the collector?
Absolutely. The collector, you got me to actually say that.
All right.
See you in 5 minutes, buddy.
Friend of mine. Sorry, the collector.
Penalty box.
5 minutes. There you
go. Gabe, who do you have, man? For best
man, God, you guys don't ban me for bad jokes. For me, I think I talked about this on the Patreon as well, but it's IDW. IDW just, I mean, in terms of like production quality, I've always felt they put out the best hardcovers. The best feeling, the best kind of design, the way they kind of match up, within series and things like that. I think they put out the best books. And this year, with that, they put out great Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff as always. Last Ronin. That's what, I don't want to get too much into other things, but those hardcovers are beautiful and they are always put together incredibly well and great stories, great stuff at that.
Did they put out the Power Rangers books or is that Boom?
Boom. Power Rangers is Boom, I believe.
Okay.
So,
sorry.
But no, then they also do like the Transformers Phase 3 books. All that stuff is really great and fantastic. But with that said, it's also the things that they are like the proprietors of, like the artist editions. So just let me grab it.
Which fast. You love.
Which are a gift to comic book collectors. This thing is massive, okay? But it's the size of the art books and stuff like that. So, but just that being like a proprietary item or line that they do, and that they make it like the best, because DC does it too, and other people kind of do it too, but it's not as good as what these guys get, because these guys get things that are impossible to come across. Because Scott Dumbeard, who's the head honcho for that line, used to be a big art dealer, so he has connections and he knows people and that kind of stuff. So, but he gets things like old, like EC. I got like the EC book back here of all the old Wally Wood art. Just being able to find these just one of a kind originals and be able to do it where it's like I could read the entire story in the original artwork. So putting those things out, the way they're curating their licensed, I mentioned Ninja Turtles, and I mentioned Transformers, but things like Sonic the Hedgehog as well that they're putting out is great. It's such a fun little story. It's a cute little book. It's great. It kind of fits. They got the right idea behind it. So being able to do all that kind of stuff really puts them ahead of the line, I think.
Now, that Spider-Man book, would you say you're una putita for that book?
Oh, yeah. 100%. The moment that thing was pre-ordered, I was already whoring for it.
Okay, that's good. Good.
It's fantastic. Like I was kind of saying earlier, it's a perfect book if you're a fan, if you're a Spider-Man fan, Todd McFarlane fan, original art fan. It checks off every block on there, every checkbox, and then just to be able to have that kind of art and seeing one of this generation's comic book heroes and see how he did the artwork and the tricks that he did, and all that kind of stuff. You never get to see that stuff. They're one of a kind pieces of art, right? They're one of one. So for you to actually be able to see it, touch it, own it, read it, anything like that is, it's one person that gets that. But then to have these colored scans, it's pure enjoyment, and it's a gift.
It's the closest thing next to being a Saudi prince that you'll get to owning one of these original art pieces. So.
Or friend of the show, Eric Larson, who has like 15 complete issues of Jack Kirby or something crazy like that.
That's right. He's a big Kirby collector.
Really, he does?
Yeah, he has like some of these Kirby artist editions that they did were basically just them scanning Eric Larson's collection.
Oh my god!
So he has like full issues of like Commandy and like New Gods and all that kind of stuff.
Jesus. Wow. And that's a true comic book fan right there telling you about how much he loves comics there. That's Gabe. Gio, tell us what obscure publisher you are una putita for in manga.
I've been thinking about it since you guys started because I wasn't going to be on. So now I'm improvising on the air. I will go with Seven Seas Entertainment simply because they were able to turn everything around, and a couple years ago they were balls deep in licensing the smuttiest TNA manga that you can imagine, like bottom of the barrel trash. And I think that was the strategy to build up a huge audience with so much crap that now they have the money to get the big stuff, like the good quality books that everybody's after. This year we had The Girl from the Other Side, the omnibus editions. Those are really beautiful. Tokyo Revengers, they were able to secure that. Candy Cigarettes, Die Dark from the creator of Dorohedoro. So they've really stepped up their game, and they're getting quality releases. And next year, it's going to be insane with the stuff that they've got coming out. So for that, I want to put them at the best publisher, just for 2022. We'll see next year. And yeah, they also did Booty Royale. They started out with trash like that, and they worked out towards good stuff.
We got to do that on the show. We got to do like a book club of that.
Oh, geez.
A Booty Royale.
A Booty Royale.
Who? I'm going to ask the real questions here. Who published Dick Fight Island? Anyone? Nobody?
I don't know. The Geo freeze? Oh.
No, I'm here.
Oh. I don't know. No idea.
Who published those booby books that Riley sent to me? I had to hide those from the book packer.
Gigant? If it's Gigant, that would be Seven Seas.
Ah, okay. So I have some quality smut from them.
Gigant's really awesome, though. So I mean,
This
there's
is
a
gonna
lot
be one
of
of those
stacks of
things.
nudity, but you know.
This is gonna be one of those things we're going to end up starting like a manga smut train where just everybody's going to start buying that stuff up like crazy, like what happened with Valiant and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm down for some Big Punch Island Booty Royale readathons.
Yeah, I mean, they've been a good publisher, Edman, but you got to admit, like 5 years ago, their list of books is nothing compared to the quality that they're putting out now and next year.
Right,
my-
midlife reader. He's talking what we want to hear.
He's in for that readathon. I think Cleveland Brown's in too.
Horrible choice. You can go do family stuff now. All right, I'm out. Tasty Melon. No, I got like 15 more minutes. So
Cool.
I'll hang
Okay,
out with you guys.
good.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next category then. Best artist.
Oh, come on. This is is there really any
I
competition?
didn't read it
There's
yet.
one right answer. Usually this stuff is
I know.
subjective, but there's only one right answer.
Is there really any competition? It's almost so again, Gabe and I talked about this on the Patreon show. I almost excluded him because I'm like, it's too fucking easy.
It's like having to take Watchmen out of a list or things like that.
I didn't read it though, so I have a different answer.
Okay, that's fair. That's great.
Go ahead. No, you guys go on who I know you're going to talk about. Rightly so.
Gabe, 3, 2, 1. Alex Ross. It's Alex Ross.
It's Alex Ross.
There was nobody else this year that even came close to sharpening the man's pencils or digital whatever. Yeah.
Once that book came out, it was a done deal. Everybody else, sorry, nothing against anybody else's art, but Alex Ross. Whenever Alex Ross comes out, like that's meaningful.
Yeah. We joke about this, but it literally is. Whoever thought they were getting an Eisner for best artist for next year, you could probably hang that up and try again the following year.
And here's the thing: I know it's like, oh, it's Alex Ross. It's Alex Ross. It's not that it's Alex Ross.
Right.
This man went into like fifth gear and like changed his art style. Like the artwork in Fantastic Four Full Circle is a new Alex Ross. Like this is like Super Saiyan level Alex Ross, where it's not because it's like, oh, when you think of Alex Ross, you think of his art from, Kingdom Come and Marvels and that really like airbrushy look. But with this, like this is just an unbelievable new. This stupid light sucks. Style. Like this is not what anybody's mental image is when you say Alex Ross. He changed his style and even brought in like an art assistant. But just being able to do that, to change your art style of a style that is so
It's
synonymous and is just so iconic, and then to kind of stray away from it and do something new and different. And that's a cool page, but it's too dark. But it's just to be able to just knock it out of the park is just like the opposite of Michael Jordan going to baseball. Like it's just seeing him just show that I'm not just a one note guy. Like I can do something different and I can bring something out and experiment and not worry about it's not Alex Ross, but it's Alex Ross. But it's this new germ of Alex Ross. It's fantastic stuff.
Yeah, it really is. It really is Alex Ross just going, okay, all right, kids, I'm going to really show you how it's done. All right, a lot of you guys out there that think you're artists, this is how it's really done, all right? And it's going to take this project was probably in the works for a long time, but it shows there's a level of craft and a level of artistry and storytelling and just the amount of time he changes his style within the pages. There's points where it gets psychedelic. There's points where it almost seems like he's capturing some of the Jack Kirby's. It's brilliant. It's so
and
brilliant.
it's just the storytelling is perfect. It's incredibly smooth. You could just look at the pages and see what's going on. Like it's perfect comic book.
Yeah, and again, Solcon nails it. Also, look at all the covers he's done. Those beautiful covers that he's put out in the last year. I think the Immortal Hulk stuff was the previous year, but still, some of the covers he's put out with that Immortal Hulk book and
on a consistent basis too, every month. It's like this beautiful like painted art on an Immortal Hulk issue.
Yeah,
Can you imagine Immortal Hulk was like some shitty comic, but it had these amazing covers on it by Alex Ross? Like,
It's again, it's unfair to almost everybody else in the industry. And this isn't talking down to everybody else in the industry, because there's some beautiful and talented artists out there that are putting out great work monthly. But this is like Jordan.
Yeah.
You just can't.
This is one of those things where I want more, but I don't need it to be like on a regular week or month to month basis. Like if he was to do this like every 3, 4, whatever, but if there's, it just needs to keep doing the more stuff like this. Well, the last thing he did, what was the last thing he did? I think somebody in the chat might be able to help us out. We were trying to talk about it in the Patreon, I couldn't figure out. I thought it was that Justice stuff that happened after Kingdom Come. I thought was his last interiors, because he didn't do interiors for like Planet X or Earth X or any of that stuff. But to get interiors from him, you have to give it to him. You know, there's no other right answer. Jess, what do you got?
I need to read this book because I know J.H. Williams. This book's supposed to be great. Echolands. Javier Rodriguez for Max, and Mikhail Yanin for YP. I chose, let's see, somebody set it up here. I am with Omni Nation. I picked Dan Mora for Once and Future, which I will talk about later, but the artwork in that is just super fun and dramatic and emotional and brilliant. And I think it's the best. And he was great in Klaus, obviously, but he conveys so much in Once and Future with his artwork that it blends with the writing perfectly. So that's my choice, because I did not read Fantastic Four full
circle
blown. Yeah, that I didn't read it. I just right on, man. Yeah, Solo Fight the Power.
The Fantastic Four book is still available at Alex Ross's website, if anybody's interested.
Oh, good.
And that's the one that you get autographed and a print too, I think, too. It's like $125. I was looking at it, I was getting close to buying it.
I'm surprised you didn't.
I already got it.
Well, what difference does that make? Signed.
Yep. I will pick something totally different. I'm going to go with Juanjo Guarnido for Black Set.
Oh, what a good choice.
Good
Guarnido is one of my favorite artists, and he knocked it out of the park yet again with another great Black Set book.
Oh, I have so many books I need to read. My stack of shame.
Too many books, so little time.
I know.
I've never read Black Sad. I need to finish that one day.
You gotta
good.
check it out. It's
You
amazing.
really do. That is a left field choice I didn't even think about, Gio, but that is a very good choice.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. I'm going to need the chat's help for one book because I don't have my library around me, but that's future Jess's problem in 5 minutes. Okay, best artist. That was good. Okay. Who was the best writer this year?
Gabe, go ahead.
Wait, pass me. I forgot what I picked. I got to think about it again. Damn it.
Let's see. I picked best writer. I picked Tom King, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. I consider Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow not only one of the best comics of this year, even though it was it's a collected edition, but I think it's the strongest thing. I am a huge Tom King fan. I apologize to no one about that. I love Tom King's writing. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow was his best work ever, in my opinion. It was brilliant. It showed a strong yet vulnerable Kara who lives in the shadow of her more famous cousin and goes to a red sun planet so she can get drunk and mope. And she ends up finding the inner strength to do things that I argue are even more impressive than what her more famous cousin has done. This was an excellent book all the way through. The writing was brilliant. and it's his strongest work ever, as I said, and I was disappointed it came out in paperback. That will not stop me from the inevitable deluxe that comes out next year. I will happily trade up for that. It was brilliant. No, the Stack of Shame got 6 boxes. There were 2 stacks, and they were both taller than I am.
It's a 6-pack of shame.
It's a 6-box pack of shame. Yeah. Let's see. Solicon says, I almost forgot the actual best artist this year. Yoshitaka Amano for standing near a $13,000 statue from. I don't understand a word of that.
Final Fantasy VI.
Near a $13,000 statue from Final.
They made a $13,000 statue of Final Fantasy VI, and it actually sold out.
Oh, he created it?
It's based on his artwork from the game for Final Fantasy.
Okay.
Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about. I think we've seen it, and we talked about this in the chat too.
No, I didn't take part in that part.
Omar really wanted it, but it's too expensive for him.
Oh, 13,000? The guy's got 80 billion viewers. He can shell out a few shekels for that.
Let me show you the statue.
He's got all those out of print omnibuses he could just sell and convince Marvel to reprint.
Oh, Tasty Melon with a strong choice.
Tom Taylor, that's a good one.
This is good too.
Sorry, this is the statue.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's pretty dope.
$13,000. Whoa! Look at that detail.
And it's gigantic as well. It's this is from BBTS. You can see the price there.
Holy crap!
Oh, it's really almost $14,000.
30 inches tall.
Not a bad way to max out a credit card.
Wow!
Get a car.
Oh, okay, there's a picture of him.
Very
Got it.
You could get a car, and not even a bad car, a pretty decent one at that point.
Wow. Okay. Chris says Eastman on Last Ronin. Larry says Jeff Lemire. Too many to list. A deep cut. Looks cool, but it's no Deja Thoris statue.
Also true. Yeah.
No, it is not.
So my pick for best writer, Chris called it out already. So it's Last Ronin. That's like the best book I read this year. Such a great series. It was like, I forgot what it was, like 7-8 issues, something like that. And just to be able to experience, like, not the finality, but the kind of last Dark Knight Returns style Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle story, and to have Eastman and Laird be able to like come back and put that together is just the highlight of the year. And they really knocked it out of the park. They didn't lose touch with how the turtles interact, and it's a beautiful story about family and loss and change and growth. And they did it. Like, it's great. It was great to see Eastman even do some of the art in it and stuff like that. But that story from beginning to end was just perfect. It just pieced together and fit perfectly all the way through the entire series. So that's my writer of the year. Good old Kevin Eastman.
I'll second you on that because Last Ronin is pretty badass.
Nice.
For me, best writer of the year, I'm gonna give it to, once again, Alex Ross. Not only just because that Fantastic Four book, Alex Ross really flexed his muscles this year and showed everybody in the industry, not only am I an incredible artist, I can fucking write, and I can write really well. And he gets these characters insanely well. He understands every single one of these characters. He gets who they are. He gets their motivations. It felt, the biggest compliment I could give Alex Ross is it literally felt like I was reading a Jack Kirby story. This feels like it came from that era, but there's modern sensibilities to it that make it feel very fresh, very exciting. And I think a lot of that stems from the fact that it's just old school, back to basics storytelling. A lot of writers today want to get fucking cute with what they're writing, and in the end, it ends up being a hot mess and it's just mediocre stuff. Alex Ross just went back to basics and said, okay, we've got a story. I'm going to tell it and I'm done. It's done. And not only that, it's a continuation from a story that, what was it, Gabe? What Fantastic Four issue was that?
51.
Right. It spins off from a Fantastic Four 51.
And damn, there's a second issue too. I forget which one it is, but it's later in the series with the negative zone and stuff like that, and Janice.
And he tells his own story. It's so good. It really is. It's the best thing that I've read this year, and I've read it now 3 times, and I just love it. I absolutely love it. I want more of it because it seems like a lot of people just don't necessarily know how to write the Fantastic Four well, whether it be in movies or in comics these days. They just don't get them. And this was great. This was fantastic. Pardon the pun, but it was fantastic. It really was.
I haven't read this yet, but it's magazine size, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it. Cliff Chang, Catwoman, Lonely City.
Everybody was talking about that this week. Yeah, man.
Mr. Tex, I love his name, Mike Mayhem. It's actually Mike Mayhew, but I think from now on we should call him Mike Mayhem because that art is he does part of that art and he's awesome in that part. It's a 2-artist thingy with the other famous artist that does it, and I'm sure the chat will correct me because that book is awesome. Let's see. Jason Aaron made my year rereading the first half of his run on Thor in omnibus format. I stay hooked every time. I also want to mention Todd McFarlane for best writer for Batman Spawn, but I'm afraid of being timed out for trolling. No, if it's your opinion, it's your opinion. All opinions are valid here. Telling me that there's a Man of Steel omnibus and then making me look like a dork, that's going to get you timed out. I know, Mr. Tex, but it was fun. It was funny, so that's why I want to call him Mike Mayhem.
Hey man,
Did Dud Collector come back?
I don't know if he did. I think he might have took that personal.
Oh,
Yeah, I took that personally.
He said, "Oh no," when it happened. So
Hey man,
okay.
I don't see him in the chat.
Don't ever feel ashamed about what you.
You don't see him in the chat.
Nope.
Uh-oh.
I think he
He's
bowed
gonna
out.
buy a book from me.
If we get a dislike, we know where that came from.
Oh, come on, the collector. You know.
I hope you realize that was sarcasm, just us joking around.
I'm joking. We're joking.
And here's Rodimus loves Daniel Warren Johnson for Murder Falcon and Wonder Woman Dead Earth. A strong choice. Lemire, I believe, is my second pick. May's book hit the feels. Yes, correct.
Plus, with Daniel Warren Johnson, I've been hearing nothing but amazing things about Do a Powerbomb.
It's great. So good. It's really so good.
I want to get that. I gotta get that when it gets collected.
If you are a wrestling fan, you'll love it.
The actual moving day is next Tuesday, January 3rd. And yes, my wife is hyping out to the max.
All right, what's next?
Second place, Johnny Cates is running Venom Omnibus and his new series Vanish. Okay, I'm now done. Haha. Okay.
Cates.
Let's see. Best one shot. That's easy for me.
That's easy for me too.
Easy for me. Follow Me Down by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. I liked Follow Me Down. This might be the one I like the most out of all the Reckless books. It was gripping. It was completely believable. I love this Reckless character. He gets himself in and out of jams. He falls in love with the wrong people. He's investigating really interesting things. He's got relationships that are close to him that fall apart. It always ties back to the movie theater. This book series is a gift. I know it's standard size. I don't care. I'm not waiting for the end of next year when it's released in absolute format and I look like a dope. I want to read them right now. They're so good. They're like a super gift, these Reckless books. There's 2 of them a year. It's so awesome. We're so lucky to have that series. And I consider it a one-shot because it came out. Did it come out in comic format? Because for my purposes, no. It came out as a one-shot. Otherwise, I don't have a pick because I don't read comics. Floppies. Thank you, Lionheart. I appreciate that a lot. What, anybody else for a one-shot?
I'll go. This
Oh.
will be my last pick for tonight.
No, you're staying on for the whole show.
We need you, Gio. We need
family,
you.
They said we're not interested in Gio tonight.
Oh, sorry. This is going to be the last one, so a little bit late on my end. My one shot will go to Goodbye Eri from Tatsuki Fujimoto. That's a mangaka that created Chainsaw Man. This is completely different from Chainsaw Man. This is a very emotional read. It's basically, without spoiling too much, it's about this kid that gets a cell phone. I think it was a cell phone camera or something, and he decides to make a movie. Unfortunately, his mother is terminally ill. She's going to pass away, and he decides to document the whole process or whatever. But at the end, he changes his subject for the film and ends it on an explosion as he's walking away from the hospital, and actually premieres his short film at school, and everybody makes fun of him, and he's basically ostracized because they think it's insensitive and it's dumb, the changes that he made, and disrespectful to his mother's memory and all that stuff. But he doesn't know how to deal with that stuff. He is thinking of unaliving himself, if you will, and he is saved by this girl, Eri, and she shows him there's more to life, and helps him and motivates him to create more movies. And the two love cinema and all that stuff, so they, throughout the one shot, they're working towards creating another film, and a lot of other amazing things happen in that one shot. So I highly recommend it. You can read it on the Viz Media Shonen Jump app. If you pay the subscription, it's like $2 or $3, and it's a wonderful read. I highly recommend it.
I'll check that out.
Nice.
That sounds very moving, actually.
And yeah, it's super moving. It's a beautiful read. The art is amazing. And if you like cinema, there's a lot of callbacks and techniques used in the one shot and the way the panels are laid out. There's a lot of Easter eggs if you like films in general. So
That
I highly
sounds like
recommend it.
Blue right there.
Yep. So I'm going to buy out. Thank you, everybody. Have a good one.
Thanks
Bye,
for
guys.
appearing, buddy. Where
Bye,
can we
Gio.
find you?
You can find me on A Week in Geekdom, where I talk about anime and manga and all that fun stuff. That's A Week in Geekdom.
Peace and love, buddy.
Bye, everybody. Take care. God bless.
Bye.
Okay, Mr. Tex liked ghosting you more. Peace and love. That's fair. Oh, here's James. Looks like I missed some amazing omnis. By best one shot is Empty Eyes by Diego Agrimba. And then we have a lot of what I bet is going to be the pick for one shot.
Actually,
So it was a legit one shot.
no, I've got a legit one shot, actually.
Oh, all right, good.
Yeah, I read this a few days ago. I'm going to go with, for me, Batman One Bad Day, Mr. Freeze.
Oh, yeah. You showed that in the chat.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I do appreciate Batman comics. I just fucking wish that they would use somebody other than Joker for the villain a lot of times. He's got an amazing rogues gallery, guys. Use them. And they've been doing kind of this series of one-shot stories throughout the year, where you've got a writer and an artist, and they team up, and they'll do just a solid one-shot story based on a Batman villain. They've done a Two-Face one, Tom King, and Mitch Gerard did a Riddler one, which I've heard is really good. I haven't read it yet. But this one was a Mr. Freeze story. And what I really liked about this is that it kind of recontextualizes a lot of the Mr. Freeze origin story. And it makes you a bit sympathetic for the character, but at the same time, you understand that Mr. Freeze was, in fact, actually really controlling. And it contextualizes the relationship he had with his wife and how she had accepted, I'm ready to move on, you have to accept that I am passing away.
Mm.
And you just can't accept that. It's actually a really beautiful story, and it ends very well. It's based around Christmas, which fittingly fit when I was reading this. I'm like, oh, this actually works. I really recommend you guys check this out. I think the art is done by Matteo Scalera. Let me double check.
Ooh.
Mr. Freeze, One Bad Day. Yeah, so this was written. Author is Gary Duggan, and the art is Matteo Scalera. So that is a solid team right there. I love the way Matteo Scalera draws Batman. He draws him beefy as fuck. He's a thick boy in this, and he's also got the classic. I'm a sucker for
As he
yellow.
should be.
Yeah, I'm a classic for the yellow bat symbol.
Mhm.
He draws the yellow bat symbol. There matches Malone pops up in this. So this was honestly just a whole lot of fun. And at its core, it's a story about a man who was really not a good guy, but at the end of it, he finds somewhat of a redemption. And it was really good. I recommend you guys check this one out.
Now, are you looking forward to the Henry Abrams, Sarah Pacelli Condiment King one shot?
No, I am not looking forward to that. Poor Sarah.
I know. What'd she do?
Poor Sarah. Jesus Christ.
Oh, such a good artist.
But I think you'll like this one, Jess. I really do. There's not a hint of Joker in here. They don't even mention the Joker's name. So Matteo Scalera is a great artist. His style is a little bit different here than what I'm used to from Black Science. It's a little bit looser, but it's fun. It's fun nonetheless.
Good. I look forward to it. And Gabe?
It's going to have to be Full Circle.
Okay.
Full Circle. 100%. I mean, I think me and Lou have already said everything enough that I can, but it's everything that we said before. It reflects again. This is the greatest thing that we have here.
One Bad Day. Riddler is fantastic. I want them all collected in a smaller than standard size, which is what DC's going to do to me. Okay. Then
Maybe they're gonna put out that John Byrne omnibus, but it's gonna be like really tiny, like those little comics you would get in like mask toys back when I was a kid. So they're like little tiny pamphlets, but it's like
Right.
that thick.
For Christmas, my daughter, I need to put once I get everything unpacked, my daughter got me a Batman comic that was in a box that came in Pop-Tarts, Full Circle, that was in a box of Pop-Tarts back in like 1965. She found it online, and it's a Carmine Infantino illustrated. It's in strip form, and then it's folded up, and it was put in the box of Pop-Tarts. And it's a full story with the Joker, but he's comedian Joker. He's not killer Joker. Back in the 60s, he was like a comedian. But that was a great gift. And I have no idea what made me think of that. But okay, there we go. Best one shot. Best mini series.
Last Ronin.
Yeah.
Last Ronin. Okay, I didn't finish it, so I can't go with it. I said Nice House on the Lake. It's still ongoing though, but I read the first 9 issues of it, and it was some of the best Tiny Onion that I have ever read. It was amazingly powerful, believable, and really scary, and subtly scary. I loved the issues I read of Nice House on the Lake. I don't know when it's stopping. I know it must have a stopping point. Maybe it's a 12-issue miniseries. And I realize now that ongoing series and miniseries I probably mixed up, because I don't know the difference, I guess. So anyway, Nice House on the Lake, I think, was the strongest Tiny Onion book of the year.
Yeah. For me, like I said, Last Ronin, this was a story that's been in the making for a long time. He finally wrapped it up this year. Took quite a while. I mean, this book started out during COVID, I think during when COVID first started. and he stuck the landing beautifully. It's one of those books where I know they've said that they're going back to the well and they're kind of exploring a little bit more. There's another miniseries coming out based on this stuff, and I'm like, don't do it. You don't need to do it. You stuck the landing well enough that I just don't want to see them go back to it. But it's beautiful. It has a beautiful ending. It's a fucking great story overall. And man, yeah.
And they nailed it. It's one of those things where
They nailed it.
usually when you do these kind of like future story, the final tale, kind of thing, right? It's always kind of want jumps the sharks and kind of lame, but they completely nailed it.
Yeah. 100%.
And spoilers, just a swerve where it's Michelangelo as the last Ronin, right? And that was completely unexpected, but you see it and you realize it, and it develops the story better as well. So it's
it's fantastic.
Yeah,
I have no complaints.
That's my pick too. So 100%.
Solicon saying Serial by Terry Moore, which I also haven't read, but I own. Talk.
I don't think I've ever read anything Terry Moore.
Oh,
I haven't read like Strangers in Paradise or Rachel Rising or
no. Skip that. Go to Rachel Rising. Read Rachel Rising.
Yeah,
You'll take that.
Nice House on the Lake. Number 12 was the last issue, and it came out yesterday. Okay, so that was a mini series. Good. I wasn't wrong. I'm gonna be wrong on the next ongoing one though. Because I think it has an end coming up. And that was Once and Future by Kieran Gillen and Dan Mora. I don't know when it's going to end. I'm sure there is an end, but trade paperbacks are still coming out. The huge slipcase library edition was gorgeous and with a compelling story that I just gobbled up. It was so great. If you haven't read it, it tells the tale of an old grandmother in a rest home who's actually super badass monster fighter who gets her daughter-in-law, her granddaughter, and a friend of her granddaughter's involved in trying to stop the return of King Arthur to the throne in Great Britain, because he wants to get rid of anybody that's not pure Anglo, which means Britain would be wiped out of a ton of its population. And then it turns out, well, that'll be a spoiler alert, but there's not just one King Arthur reincarnated. And it's that's where the cliffhanger ended on Once and Future's Slipcase Volume 1. I will wait. Oh, brother. Yeah, Once and Future ended on issue 30. Well, as far as I'm concerned, it's ongoing because I haven't read anymore. I only read the first one.
30 issues is basically an ongoing these days.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you.
I would say so. That's more than like Marvel or DC does, or Marvel does with books.
Yeah,
Like
that's
you get
not a
5.
miniseries. That's
if it ended this year, I count it because the book I'm going to say ended this year as well. So,
what do you got, Lou?
What do you got? Yeah.
For me, it was Deadly Class
by
Rick Remender. It finally ended this year, man. That was a book he started, I think. I think I was in college almost when he started that book. But it took a break. It took like a 2 or 3 year hiatus. And for him to come back and start the book up again, wrap it up really well, I got to give Remender credit. I genuinely don't think I've ever read, in my opinion, a bad Remender ending. I think the man knows how to craft the story. I think he knows how to pace it well. And I think he knows how to stick an ending. And we see that here. It comes around very full circle. It hits you in the feels a little bit. And I got to be honest with you. This was, now that it's all said and done, I can't wait to start this over and read the story from the very beginning, to be honest with you. So I'm super happy with this story. And Rick Remender has another one under his belt. Not many guys can say that these days.
Nice.
For me, it's going to be the ongoing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series from IDW still. it's still issue after issue, especially after like the City at War. It was a whole new transition and tone and stuff with the book, and it's a great jumping on point after that. It's some great stories coming up. Like they're bringing back characters that people hate, and they're bringing them back and making you love them. So it's really cool to see like Venus de Milo come back and some other characters that they're reintroducing into the series, new characters in general. This series is always escalating. There's always, oh yeah, this is crazy how they're going to top that, and then they top it with something crazier. And so it's always such a fun series.
Awesome.
You
Let's
love
see.
that book.
Daredevil by Chip is still solid and was
I
great
need
to
to
see
read that.
Saga
Dude.
come back this year.
Saga was a disappointment for me.
Shout out to Mirka Andolfo for Sweet Paprika. Really lovely rom-com. Felt like the culmination of everything Mirka's done so far. Daily Class hardcover 2023. Nice. Okay. That is it for ongoing. Surprise of the year. We're getting down to it. What was the biggest surprise read for you, Lou?
DC versus Vampires.
Ah.
A concept that I thought upon hearing, this sounds dumb as hell. It's fun. It's really just so much fun, man. It is what it is. It's the DC universe fighting against a whole bunch of vampires. I had a blast reading this whole thing, and I want more. There's a lot of twists and turns, a lot of surprises along the way. From the very first issue, it caught me off guard because there's a big reveal at the first issue that I won't give away here. And I was like, wow, that actually makes sense. The big reveal that they show. Yeah, it's great. Honestly, if you have not picked this up, and I imagine a lot of you guys haven't read this, maybe because you're put off by the whole concept of it, go for it. I think you'll have a good time with it.
Just to clear it up, no. Chris Nort said, great to see Saga come back this year. I don't think anybody said Saga was a disappointment. Oh, you did?
Lou hates Saga.
Oh, Lou said Saga was a disappointment. When did you say that? I didn't hear that.
I slid it in there. I slid it. I think that.
Well, it didn't get by Kay Quinn.
It didn't get by him, but yeah, I stand by that. That book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Max loved X-Men Red. Berserker from Omni Nation.
Wow.
Yeah, DC versus Vampires was fun. Superman Birthright will be on my 2023 best reads list. Superman Son of Kal-El was my surprise of the year. Good book. Surprise of the year for me was Joker by Tiny Onion. What was your surprise?
Oh, that's where that came from. I was like, what's this Tiny Onion thing?
I don't know how to say his name. It's like Tinian, Tiny On, but his production company is Tiny Onion Productions. So what was your surprise, Gaberino?
So I don't know if I'm gonna be cheating, but I'm gonna cheat. I don't know if this is supposed to be what we read that came out this year or what we just read in general this year. That was our favorite, but I don't care. I'm gonna talk about how amazing Jonah Hex is.
Oh yeah, that's great.
That Jimmy Palmiotti, Justin Gray, that me reading through that just inexplicably, I was just like, I haven't read this. I have all these trade paperbacks. I've read the first, like the last arc or the last like year of that book when it was coming out, and I never read the beginning. So I was like, I have all these trades. Let's just bust these out and get this taken care of. And the first trade is good. The stories are decent and fine, but after that, it was just a banger. Every issue after issue after issue, they were all good to amazing. Like there was nothing worse than like that was a well put together story. It's like the worst it's like the worst criticism I can have on any book. Everything else, it's great. It's great. This is wonderful. They're all one single issue stories, so you get each issue is its own story. It's kind of like how Quantum Leap was. If anybody's a Quantum Leap fan, or love that. One of my favorite. Every episode was a completely new setting, completely new characters. There's a few reoccurring characters and guest stars and things like that, but it's mainly Jonah Hex, a whore, an Indian, and something like that. It's just a different character. It's a completely new environment, new characters, new atmosphere in every story, and to be able to do that issue after issue is impossible. Most of these comic books we read, it's the same characters, the same basic settings, the same environment, and things like that. And this is different every time. And they did it with different artists. There's a few reoccurring, but almost every issue had a different artist, it felt like. And to be able to just kind of wrangle all those cats and get that together was fantastic. There's a awesome female character that they introduced in here, who's a total badass. And my favorite issue that I've read is that issue 50 I was talking about earlier on the show, with Tallulah Black and the whole thing of her being pregnant and trying to get out of the bounty hunter game. Just magical. And it made me really enjoy Westerns. It's been a while since I've kind of gone into a Western kick since my dad. And it seems to be Westerns are a big thing right now, especially with things like Yellowstone coming out, and then all those spin-off series from Ed Sheridan and things like that. And it just really that was such a time that was, the stories are really well put together because of that time where stories aren't solved by DNA tests. They're not solved by pictures or recordings on the cell phone. They're solved by good old fashioned punching somebody and shooting them in the face kind of thing. It's just great Western stuff. There's none of that modern kind of era stuff. It's just that kind of romantic Western, old school kind of Wild West, and how things are really just put together where it's like, hey, Jonah Hex, you're a bounty hunter. Here's a picture of a guy, he stole a horse and now we're going to hang him kind of thing. And it's that, but it's always Jonah Hex running into trouble. Like, he's a bad dude. Like, he's just not the kind of person that's had a good life. So he's a really grumpy ass, but he's not a bad guy. Like, he doesn't cause any of the problems. They just seem to find him or follow him. And it's him adapting to that. So great stuff. If anybody hasn't read that Justin Gray, Jimmy Palmiotti stuff, you got to check it out. I don't know if it's on the app or whatever, Jess, but that's such a great series.
That's a good question.
Cook did smart in that book too. Darwin Cook.
Darwin Cook did a couple issues. Jeff Lemire did a couple issues. I think the main guy was Joe Bennett, and it's great. He's like a looser Joe Kubert. It was really cool stuff.
Surprisingly hated Sweet Tooth: The Return. Saga is just in a dark place now. Okay, Quinn would agree with you on Saga to wait for like 3 years for it to come back and go on to hiatus after one arc was disappointing. The arc itself was okay.
I just think he doesn't have the heart in him for it anymore. I think.
That's interesting.
Just wrap it up. Wrap
it up, B.
Wonder Woman: Dead Earth was surprise of the year. James says surprise of the year: Step by Bloody Step, Dark Ages. I have to read that by Tom Taylor, and Kaiju Score Volume 1 through 2. Yep, already read that one. Omni Nation says Superman Warworld Saga was his surprise. Batmanda, good to see you. Nightwing Leaping into the Light. That was a great book.
Is that the Tom Taylor series?
Yeah.
I've been hearing nothing but great things about that too.
I wish DC would put the 70s Jonah Hex stories in the DC Universe. Oh, there's your answer. DC Universe Infinite app.
Yeah, that's the 70s stuff. I wonder if they got the
70s stuff. Yeah. You're talking about pre New 52 and then the New 52 stuff. Yeah.
Check out the Joe Lansdale stuff, Gabe. Joe Lansdale wrote a couple issues of Jonah Hex that are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get some more of that stuff. I mean, even that Omnibus that came out, I've kind of been looking into that just because you can't find it anywhere really. Or I'm not that, but I don't know if they're going to do a volume 2 of it, so that's going to suck.
Let's see. What was my surprise? Whoops. No, that's my Goodreads surprise. Okay. Surprise of the year by a writer I do not care for. As a matter of fact, he used to be our Golden Abrams was named after him. Robert Kirkman, not a fan. Boy, was I surprised how much I loved Firepower.
Good stuff.
Gabe had been on me for, it felt like 2 years to read Firepower, and it finally came out collected in a nice edition. And I haven't finished Invincible. I keep getting stuck on book 3. but so I can only say this is my favorite thing that I've read by Kirkman. It had a great origin story. It had a great beginning, middle, and kind of an end. I can see how it must be ongoing, but it took him from a martial arts training era where he learned to use his firepower, put him back in like a suburban setting, and it was just really well done.
He goes from being like a firecaster to a guy selling furniture.
Yeah, and
Just mundane.
it was really surprising how invested I was in this character.
Yeah.
Anytime you get characterization that is so fleshed out and so well written that you care about the character, that's good writing. And I have to hand it to Robert Kirkman. Loved Firepower. Great surprise of the year. Oh, Omni Nation. Thank you, buddy. Solicon also agrees. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They do have pre-new 52 Jonah Hex stuff on the app. They even have the 90s stuff, just not the 70s. Okay, so you can read All-Star Western and Jonah Hex then. Jonah Hex was pre-new 52, and then All-Star Western was new 52, and it is also great. So that's good that it's on the app. Super Laugh Art says, Megatropolis Book 1 was my surprise of the year. An Art Deco reimagining of the World of Dread from the critically acclaimed artist of Batman Death by Design. I believe I have that book that I haven't read. Invincible was my surprise and favorite read of 2021. That was last year, dude.
Well, I'm glad you read it. That's such a good series.
You read it. Batmanda started reading Invincible after watching the Amazon series, loving it so far, taking it slow to make it last.
What happens in an Amazon series is nothing. That's weak tea compared to like the stuff that's coming up.
I can't wait for season 2. They said season 2 we're getting it next year. I'm so excited. Oh my god.
Fine mint condition was my reverse foam.
Fine minus condition.
He made it sound boring. Very fine condition. What is wrong with you?
Fine minus condition.
Fine minus
4.5
plus condition. What's going on? It's exciting and interesting. And I told you I was emotionally invested in the character. I don't know how I could say it any stronger.
Yeah.
Oh, Larry, 3 a.m. Holy smokes. God bless you. Thanks for being here, Larry. Check out Larry's Library on YouTube. Great channel. Okay, that was our surprise of the year.
Surprise of the year is that James Gunn took over DCU.
Here it is.
Fired everybody.
The Golden Abrams Award.
Oh, man.
I just love that this is an award.
Listen, we're usually very positive throughout the year, so we don't talk shit about a lot of stuff. Even if we read it, we usually stay away from mentioning it, just because we're not that channel. So this is kind of our Festivus. You know,
airing of the grievances.
Our airing of grievances.
Yeah, we always say everybody's opinion is valid. You know, some books we like that other people don't. Some books we don't like, other people do. It's a big world out there.
Yep. But
this book that he wrote was freaking terrible. What was it called? Spider-Man, I'm Stupid, or what was it? Spider-Man.
Oh, we're talking about Abrams?
Yeah.
What
wretched piece of wretchedness did this wretched writer wretch out? Spider-Man something.
Yeah, so originally this was called the Golden Kirkman Award, and it was kind of more tongue-in-cheek because, you know, we didn't really care too much for Kirkman stuff. We didn't have just a strong hatred for the man, but then then Abrams, the son of J.J. Abrams, put out a god-awful story that we all read. I can't even remember the name of it. Spider-Man something.
Spider-Man something, but it was clearly a nepotism move. I mean, obviously, this thing would have never made it. You were talking about Jim Shooter physically throwing Steve Orlando
Spider-Man Bloodline.
Spider-Man Bloodline.
Yeah.
You talked in the chat about how Jim Shooter would have physically thrown Steve Orlando out of the office. I think he might have punched Henry Abrams in the face for this nepotism thing. He totally did not deserve it. There's had he submitted it under the name Jess Bragg, it would have been rejected, rightly so. So
Yeah, so we changed the name because of that. And
yeah, there's a little animus here.
You want to go first, Jess? What was the worst thing you read this year?
This is an obscure one, but I covered it with Kristen on the Omni Dog Omni Cat show. The Golden Abrams winner, I really wanted to love this book.
Mm-hmm.
It was highly recommended to me by a source that knows my taste well and thought that I would like it. He felt bad that I didn't, and I said, hey, it's all right. You've recommended about 45 other good books. It's called Squarriors, which is a play on the name Squirrel Warriors. The premise is similar to Scurry, a book I love, but the art's beautiful, fine. It is nothing but bloody death of animals all throughout it in this world where animals can speak and communicate. They regularly die bloody deaths, and it is like the non-feel-good story of the year. I regretted every minute I spent with it. I couldn't get anybody to buy it, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't want to root beer it. Because I'm done with that. I really wanted to like it. It came in a beautiful, oversized, blah, 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 with all kinds of stickers and stuff. And oh my gosh, it was the buzzkill of the year. I was so depressed. I wanted to go read Scurry, a book that deals with the same thing, only has a hopeful tone to it. This was, holy smoke. Oh, Abrams, that book.
Okay.
Youch.
For me, it's Steve Orlando. It's not even a book. It's just a person. It is Steve Orlando. I don't get it. I don't get how he keeps getting work. I don't understand why he keeps getting work. I mentioned this in the chat. Jim Shooter would have thrown him out on his ass a long time ago. And I usually don't do this. I haven't done this in a long time because I've matured, I would say. Because it used to be a gimmick that I would do with like a few art writers and stuff like that. I usually don't do this anymore. But Jesus Christ, man. Grimlock is an awesome Transformer. You wrote the most boring fucking Grimlock story I think I've ever read. Spider-Man 2099, an awesome, badass character. It's set in the future, flying cars. 2099, Spider-Man. How do you fuck that up? Oh, by writing a Spider-Man 2099 story where Spider-Man 2099 isn't even in almost any of the fucking issues that you wrote for the past few months. My God, man. How? How do you write the most uninteresting books every single month? You cannot hit to save your life. Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
I remember when we were excited to hear there was a new Spider-Man 2099, and then we went, oh.
Marvel picking him up there has not been a worse deal in entertainment since Bobby Bonilla was
oh man, that one in my face.
There's not been a worse
what a fool.
There has not been a worse history in entertainment of a pickup than Bobby Bonilla. I don't get it. Does he have money? Or does he have photos of people in the industry that are maybe, I don't get it, but whatever. And Sarah Pacelli, God bless her, Sarah Pacelli. I don't know what's your deal, but
yeah.
She's just hooking her wagon to like the worst things.
She's getting hooked up to this. He wrote Spider-Man 2099 Exodus this year. His Spider-Man 2099 series with Pacelli, I think, doesn't start until next year. Why? What is going on with Sarah Pacelli? That poor woman. Don't do this to her. Please get her a decent writer. Oh my God.
Full of hate, Lou is great, says Rodimus. Tasty Melon says, We Can Never Go Home by Matthew Rosenberg was crapola. Omni Nation, mixed feelings on it, but Donny Cates Hulk takes for me. It didn't go the way I thought it would go. I was so hyped for it. My feelings were hurt.
That was such a weird book. That's like the biggest disappointment, because it was like, oh, it's Ryan Otley. He's the king of destruction, and it's him and Hulk in space as a spaceship.
I like
that guy's star is falling,
but I understand the Bone Orchard Mythos Passageway one. I can't like Lemire enough to ignore how boring and bland they were. Lou, will you give? Oh, this is the book I was so disappointed in. That Scarlet Witch, that's the one.
That's the one. My mistake. Yeah, he's writing Scarlet Witch with Pacelli next year.
Oh,
and I'm sorry, Jess.
You guys got to get it. You got to keep the train going, the hate train going. Get it, and then hate on it.
Surprised just didn't say the gold name was a very fine condition. Now Steve Cohen aboard. The Bonilla contract is pretty much pocket change. I think we're waiting for Gabe.
Yeah,
that was a hard act to follow.
This is another one. This pick is just it's a heartbreaking pick, because I was so excited for this to come out.
Oh, yeah.
It's the new issue of Gargoyles.
Oh.
I'm such a big Gargoyles fan. I was so happy to see that we're getting some more Gargoyles material with the toys that were coming out, and had this big spotlight on that franchise again. And we got a new comic. It's like, sweet. And it's written by the creator. Sweet. And then it comes out and it's like, what happened to the art in this book? This art is I hate just because art's subjective, and I can't draw anymore or anything like that myself. But I know what I like and what I don't like. And what I don't like is when all the art is just hidden and taken up by like these computer digital filters or something like that.
What that is?
Yeah, like the background. There's no background in these books. Okay, he drew a moon and a really rich, quick sketch of like a skyline, but then everything else here is just like a filter and like an overlay. No background. It's all overlays. I mean, I'd rather it just be a blank, just solid color background, as opposed to this sensory overload kind of material here that we got going on. The storytelling is not clear. I can go on and on about this art, but it's what just broke my heart and made me just not want to read this book anymore. I was in it. I was going to go for it. I'll get the Marvel reprint when that starts coming out, but this new series, I just had to drop it after the first issue. I was just completely. It's just like. It's like watching somebody, like those videos of people working out at the gym, and you realize, oh, he just popped his knee out. It's just a sweep of the feet on that book. It's horrible.
Sweep of the feet.
Yeah. Like when I used to go to my grandparents' house and they had those plastic runners on their carpet, I would turn them upside down because they were spiky on the other end, and they always walked around barefooted. So it's one of those things.
How'd you work that in?
I remember those.
Like Legos.
Yeah.
Soleil Khan says Catwoman by Teenie Howard is unreadable for me. It's Catwoman. I don't need it to be frickin' Kingdom Come. Just good enough. Yeah, okay. Starhenge. That's not a book that I've read, so I don't know. I was lucky this year I did not buy any Marvel and DC titles. I'm kind of upset that I've heard some people saying this. This was a big Kickstarter book that I got, and it wasn't expensive. It was Matt Kent and somebody else really good co-wrote it, I was looking forward to this. Worse writing than Ultimate X-Men. I don't. He was talking about the art there. I think
Ultimate X-Men, like the Mark Miller Ultimate X-Men.
I kind of like that stuff.
I haven't read that.
Maybe it's because the Omnibus just came out, so people are reading it for the first time, and it might be dated.
Digital comic clothing, it was like bad CGI movies. I find both pills hard to take. Wildcats by Rosenberg hasn't been good so far. Really wanted to work, but I might have to drop it.
That's disappointing. I really want to see Wildcats characters come back.
Damn.
All that Wildstorm stuff, Wildstorm was just a misunderstood little imprint or studio. That studio put out some amazing stuff.
Oh yeah, Kent and Lemire, great artwork though. Really sorry about that. Starhenge, what the heck is that book? And I could not get into it.
Going to avoid that. That's like the second or third person to say that book was
yeah, eek. Okay. The final Omni Best Collected Edition.
Go for it, Jessica. I'm positive me and Lou have the same.
Best Collected Edition to me was The Many Deaths of Layla Starr. I love this book. It's the book that I submitted to Very Fine Conditions collection of videos for his YouTube channel, which I appreciated being included in. The Many Deaths of Layla Starr is incredible. I'll just give a real brief synopsis of it. I'll go into it in further depth at the end of January when I finally get around to the best of 2022. It's the Hindu religion, and the goddess of death is outsourced by the other gods because there's a baby on Earth that's getting born that creates immortality. So Death loses her job, and she's furious about it. She has to go to Earth to become a mortal. She asks the last favor from one of the gods up there and gets placed in the body of the recently deceased Layla Starr, close to where the baby is being born. She goes to try and kill it so she can keep her job, and it goes from there. It's the many deaths of Layla Starr, so it's not giving it away that she's constantly getting killed. And
spoilers.
Many deaths. Like Lou got jammed up for Death of Spider-Man Omnibus. Does die, but she keeps getting reincarnated or back to life because the Hindu god of life likes her and is on Earth. And it goes through many interesting stories that connect the baby as he grows. He and Layla Starr keep running into each other at various points in his life. There's even a story told from the viewpoint of a cigarette that Layla Starr smokes, because since the lips of the goddess, she still has some residual power. The cigarette is omniscient and tells a very interesting story that happened in Mumbai. Ram V works in I said I was going to make it short. Okay. Ram V writes a really great story, emotional, tells the tale of where he grew up in Mumbai, some of the incredible things that happened there, work Layla Starr into it. Beautifully written. It's almost poetry. It's so gorgeous. Gorgeously written. And it's very nicely illustrated. Many Deaths of Layla Starr.
Everybody put that on your list? I haven't read that before. I wanted to check it out.
It's
for me, what's up, Lou?
It's in my Amazon cart. I've heard nothing but beautiful things about it.
Well, don't buy it yet because it's getting a deluxe next year.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
I bought it.
I'll wait.
Thank you. Thank you for your sacrifice, Jess.
Yeah, you wait for the deluxe.
I'll just make it quick. It's full circle. Alex Ross, but I'm gonna be elitist and bougie about it, and I'm gonna say the slipcase edition. the slipcase edition because it has a slipcase and it has a print that you get inside of it.
Oh,
So with that, on top of it being full circle, it trumps everything else.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. There's nothing more to say. It's full circle. It's Alex Ross. It has a print. It's a slipcase. Bougie.
and Lou, are you agreeing with that?
I mean, I don't. This is always a weird category for me because I don't collect physical editions. But based on everything that I've seen, yeah, I would give it to Full Circle. I mean, I can't imagine there was anything better this year for me personally than that.
Slipcase edition with the print.
You know, actually, James brings up something that could have been a surprise for me, how good this book was, and that's Simpsons Treehouse of Horror, Volume 1, OHC, slipcase, glow in the dark.
Oh, Glow in the Dark. Now I want it.
Oh, all the stories in there are at least very good. I did a review for it. There's a story by Lemmy from Motorhead and Alice Cooper, but the best story is by Dan Brereton, who I hadn't really followed him. I know he has the Nocturnals omnibus. His writing of that story, wait, what's he do? Oh, he retells it as a Lord of the Rings Simpsons story. It is so funny. It is just it's laugh out loud funny, dry, perfect humor for the Simpsons. Every story in there is at least very good, and there are some super standouts in there. So I can see why James says that. It was a real surprise for me.
I'm gonna check that out. That's funny. When you read it, Jess, do you just hear the voices of the characters in your head?
Yeah, even Lemmy and Alice Cooper. Yeah, Lemmy and Motorhead are both. I mean, Motorhead are both in the story, and it's really funny. And I feel like there's another rock star in there who wrote a good story, or maybe I'm just thinking of Dan Brereton. But it is. I mean, it's a beautiful book, just gorgeous slipcase, and it's not expensive. It's like $40. Then you can get it discounted from the Bezos place, and it's solid.
Okay.
Let's see. Mentioned it earlier, but the best collected edition to come out this year for me was Winsor McKay's The Complete Effing Little Nemo by Taschen. Completely classic stuff and an amazing HC. There's a reason it sold out fast, but Thor by Jason Aaron omnibus. Oh, yeah, Mark Hamill wrote a really funny story. Thanks, Max. Yeah. I think Max is the one who sort of pushed me to get it. He read it first.
Yeah, this thing is I completely forgot about this and I just added it to cart.
That is worthwhile. It can't get any nicer. It's already one of the nicest books out there.
I know. I can't wait to I really want to get this one. It's really good.
I really want to get. I'm thinking about those Nocturnals books too, man, because Dan Brereton wrote a heck of a good story. And this is a good time for us to tell you where the. No, not that. Whoops. Get rid of. Oh, fuck. It's so hard. What's going on here? Okay. Collected editions. Get your collected editions at instocktrades.com, where you can get your collected editions from like 38, 42, sometimes 50, 65% off. At the end of every month, we give away a $50 gift card, instocktrades.com. And I know who the winner is, and I'm going to submit it, but it could take, if you're out there, don't worry. It's going to take a couple days after the first of the month, but it will arrive in your account. $50 or more in an order in the United States gets you free shipping. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's instocktrades.com.
Awesome.
Okay, there we go. That's it. That is this year's Omnis, right?
That is the Omnis right there. Oh, Captain.
That is the final law and the truth of what was best this year. Everybody else's opinion is incorrect.
That's great.
Just after I get done saying everybody's opinion counts.
Everybody's opinion counts, doesn't mean it's correct.
Yeah, I know. My mouth harp is packed away. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, that's going to be like the last thing you pack up. like your
Well,
toothbrush.
even the mask is gone. I had to use the Spider-Man mask tonight. I know. Everything's packed up. Ay, ay, ay. So, are we at the end of our rope? Do we want to?
I'm good. I'm out.
I don't know that these guys collect toys like I do.
I don't.
Yeah.
The Gargoyles toys.
Yeah, Gabe's big in Gargoyles toys. Best toy of the year. Everything's packed away, so I don't know. I don't know. All my figures are over at the new house. Sorry, buddy. I'll figure that out. I do want to do a toy show, so I'll try and figure that out. You still hear the mouth harp in your heart. Thank you, Mr. I thought Galactus was the best. Galactus is in a box in the back of my car, waiting to be transported over to the new place where I will set him up in secret.
Dude, I should have jumped on that damn Kickstarter thing.
I'm surprised you didn't.
It was $350 or whatever. Yeah.
What's your point?
I don't have a point. I'm just saying stupid stuff.
Yes, safe travels your move. Happy New Year to the panel and everyone in the chat. That's nice. Noir Wolf, see you at the after party. Take care, guys. Thank you, YP. Spider-Man from the Renew Your Vows 2-pack with Spinneret in it, right? K-Dog. Nice choice. Just opened my last Ronin figure.
I'm going to say the Maggot legend I got, just because it's Maggot.
Oh, yeah.
I feel vindicated that my favorite X-Men character everybody hates on has a toy.
Okay, I will allow one more question.
Or the Phantom toy they just gave me.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad I could give that to you because I knew you wanted it. Area 40 asks, what books are we looking forward to in 2023? I am going to have to go to...
I have no idea.
Yeah, I really don't. Whatever Steve Orlando isn't writing. How about that? Huh?
I don't keep up on like release dates. Like I don't watch Omar's. Like, here's what's coming out in 2027.
Comicreleases.com has everything, and I know that there's something coming out. If Phantom Stranger actually comes out, yeah, that'll be my number one book.
That's like them doing like Spectre and Jonah Hex. It's like, who's doing these books that nobody knows about?
Phantom
Stranger. I really don't know.
That happens when you sit on your hand and let it fall asleep.
Laugh hard. See you next year. Happy New Year, peace and love. I can't think. Only one with the correct blue spider on his back. Nice. I just can't think of what books are coming out. Any Harley Quinn book that comes out. Savage Avengers and the Black Cat Omnibus for Marvel.
Darkwing Duck. I want to see if it's good. I hope. I haven't read Gargoyles, but I hope it doesn't get the Gargoyles treatment, and I hope it's good.
Mr. Tex agrees with me. Savage Avengers. Man wants Conan Volume 10, Wolverine Volume 3, Moon Knight Mark Spector, Spidey 2099 on Madman Library Edition Volume 4. Right. All right. Well, peace and love. Peace and love. Thank you for tuning in. Gabe, where can they find you?
Instagram. Hit me up. Gabe loves 90s comics.
And Lou?
Comics Guide 101 on Twitter. And Comics Guide 101 on YouTube is an archive of a bunch of old videos that I did.
And you can find me, OmniDogs Vault, on YouTube and OmniDogs_Vault on Instagram. And I will be putting up new videos once I'm settled. But the channel is dark right now. So let's see. Peace and love. Peace and love. Everybody shop at InStockTrades.com. And let's see. Where is this thing? Here it is. Thanks for watching. We appreciate
you said it was dark, Jess. I thought you were meant like you were putting snuff films up there or something.
No,
like 9mm.
There's no content right now. Jeepers. Please like and comment. and subscribe.